Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to tonight's Fusion Fest Migration Films watch party. Tonight we're celebrating two films. Both were Audience Choice Award winners. One was last year's and one was this year's. Unfortunately, last year's filmmaker and subject could not be with us tonight, so I'm just going to make some commentaries and tell you that it's a very interesting film. It's beautifully shot. Bella, who also did a film for us this year, is really a very talented young filmmaker, and I'm very proud to say that I know her and see her star on the rise. And I know her culture is very different. It's of Asian background, and the woman she did her movie with, is of a completely different background. Muslim, um, and Muslim, Muslim, right? You guys have to forgive me. I'm a little tired today. But it's a phenomenal film, and I hope you all enjoy watching it as much as I do. So, with no further ado, here is the movie by Bella Miranda about Islan El Fazazi. Alex?
We find that people are welcoming, hospitable, respectful, and that's something very important for me. We saw that, you know what, this is a place where we can set up some roots, and we did. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ghazlan Al Fazazi, and I'm an Orlando resident, originally from Morocco. I came to the United States in 2002 to work for Disney to represent Morocco in the Moroccan Pavilion at Epcot. And me and a few of my friends came together in the same airplane. We were all in the same school. It was a really great experience to have that support of my friends and I, and to have this experience collectively. And we fell in love with Florida. Soon enough, the program was over, and all of my friends, they either started going to school, getting married, and suddenly I found myself, setting roots in here, and myself also getting my little family and getting married, having a daughter, and this was home for me. This is a very diverse community, and no matter what your background is, you're always welcome. You feel like nobody's giving you a dirty look or judging you from the way you look or the way you dress, and I love that, and I'm so proud of that. Even though I came here, but there's a part of me, or like the Moroccan part, it's still there. And what I love is basically to fuse the both cultures, the American and the Moroccan culture. In my home, there's always that little thing that's reminding me of where I come from. Have Moroccan furniture, maybe artwork, and also mix in flavors. When I cook, I mix a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So we have things from Morocco and things from the American cuisine. And that's the best part of fusing both cultures. And if I ever get homesick, I'll just go to Epcot and then everything is there. I'm in Morocco and I love it. I consider myself very lucky because when I came here, I came with some of my friends. We were friends already in Morocco, and when I came here, we stayed friends together. I love the fact that even our children now are best friends. That's something that I really treasure. You feel like this is a place where you can build a family and you can feel that sense of community. And me and my friends, we try to always, like, at least once a month, get together, get the kids together and share, a little, party, maybe food, dancing, music. And you have to build this new generation, showing them what your background is and having them to have that sense of pride of who they are and showing it to the world. Ever since I was a little kid, we were taught to be part of community and appreciate the community and give back whenever we can. And when I came here, I see everybody's doing it. I started finding myself volunteering at different organizations. And soon enough, I started working for one, which I am working for right now. One is called Islamic Circle of North America, ICNA Relief. We have a lot of great programs and we do help a lot of people in need. I'm very proud of that because it showcases and it allows us as Muslim Americans to show what being a Muslim in America really is. It brings the community together. No matter what color you are, where you're from, what you believe, when you live somewhere, you want to give back and you unite, and that's very beautiful. And I see it every day. You start doing something, and you see people coming and giving you a hand because we all believe in the cause. We all believe in helping others, and that's why I love this place, and it's so great. And I'm very grateful to be here.
Well, welcome back. I love that film, and I think what's great. And first of all, I have to correct myself. Bella is from the Philippines. Um, is that these two people, Bella and Gizlan, who may not ever have met or been able to share each other's culture or a culture, different from their own, so different from their own without Fusion Fest. And I think we can ask our next filmmakers. But I know for a fact that Bella shared a meal with Gizlan and her family afterwards. That food did not go to waste. The other thing I loved is when we showed these films last year, I was watching Gizlan's daughter when she came on the screen. And it's always fun. You try to explain people what this experience is going to be like, and until they actually do it, um, and then watching them watch themselves on the screen was really quite a joyous occasion for me. So, um, can we bring in uh, Chenarong and Shally and Gary? Hey, Shally and Gary. Hi, Chenarong.
So,
Welcome. So tonight we're going to watch you guys film. Um, Chenarong, why don't you tell us how you came to Fusion Fest? What was your journey to get there? You're muted.
can you hear me now?
Uh-huh.
All right. So let's just take back a few months ago. Um, we met at the AACC gathering.
AACC.
Yeah, AACC at Bento, which is right below the theater. And we just talked, and then next thing I know, we introduced each other and everything. Next thing I know, we also get to meet again at the restaurant, our friend's restaurant. And then Charlie, she brought up again about the film. And at first, I think because of how lousy it is, I thought it was her film festival, but it's with you, right? And then she didn't mention about she want to be in the film or anything. She just want to gather a lot of youngsters and people and all diversity and to get people get involved as much as possible. And then I was just excited. And then a few weeks goes by, the time comes. I went to food sale. I picked up the envelope, which is my favorite number. I picked up number 3, and I didn't know that um, Gary and Charlie is going to be in the envelope. That's how it kind of, that's how it go. That's how it go from there. Yeah, pretty much.
And what enticed you about doing this? Most people would say 5 days to make a film, and I don't have any pre-production. How was the process for you? Was it hard? Was it challenging? Did you learn from it?
Yeah, and then I think for me, because I have submitted a film before in the past, and I'm just getting to the point where like I wasn't really ready mentally. But then I feel like the opportunities came to me, and then I feel like why not try to make it into something kind of like the way I want to do it. I know that there are restrictions, there are rules of how you should follow, but then I want to kind of doing both for the both worlds, for my both worlds, and then also kind of compromise on their behalf, as in their stories, and the way we tell story is very diverse and different in a way. But for me, I have a lot of pride when it comes to kind of when people look at my work, they know that hey, this is they kind of remind them of something that you used to see before. And I think it just went perfectly with their story and with how I envisioned. And it was hectic, yes. It was hectic, but it was, I think, a chance for me to grow and to learn not to be comfortable. And then my girlfriend always reminded me that hey, why don't you try something different? Because I always work with food, taking photos of food and videos of food. But then I feel like this is a good chance for me to do like outdoor, staging and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's not as much fun doing drone photography with food.
No, no, it's very different.
You guys will see what I'm talking about when we watch the film. Shelly and Gary, welcome tonight. How are you guys doing?
We
Hey.
are great. We are great. Just like
So,
what Chen said, like yeah, we won't expect everything that we can do the film together. Yeah.
well, it was funny
Exciting.
because I remember when I talked to you, Shelly, you were like, why do you want my story? I don't have a story. And, you should pick someone who's not involved with Fusion Fest. And it happens to be that the people involved with Fusion Fest are some of the most fascinating stories that we have going on. So thank you for your generosity and telling us your story. Um, how was the experience for you? What did you think was going to happen? What actually happened? And what do you hope happens now with it?
It's really amazing. I told everybody in the film screening that I supported from year one. I've been watching all of the film screening from year one, and you can tell from my T-shirt. So I was so amazing. Even the film that we just watched from Gisland is actually Gisland's my friend. I was the one that
Oh,
actually
okay.
asked her to go to register. So I basically take it as my responsibility to make sure Asian American being featured in the migration.
Absolutely.
So I was doing that until this year that you say, why don't you do that? And I was just thinking which part we can be features. We didn't know, but I think what chance through a third, kind of second, third person eyes was totally different. Like he can really capture what we would like to say, like to see, and like to features or showcase. So that is amazing. I really very rewarding. The 5 dates that being like we sit down at the breakfast and then we came together again to talk. And when Chen said about headache, I was talking about, are you talking about our house?
No, no, the whole
Yeah,
process.
so it's just too many things we want to talk about. But I remember Chen one at the beginning. Will talk about what the love story. Oh, is a Mandarin song that he really loved it from when he was a childhood. It's a Teresa Tan song. He wants to talk about our love story, but I did tell him that there's nothing special about our love story. Everybody have a love story, but end up I think he did it beautifully. I think I hope everybody that watch agree. Yeah.
Well, on that note, let's take a look at the film. Alex?
Are we doing? What is that? There often are instances where we feel the desire to give up. Blurring stop. Yeah, okay. Right?
Not clear.
Okay, let's do 3, 2, 1. 1, 2. Building communities of minorities is full of challenges. Growing up in Hong Kong, we frequently thought being an immigrant in the United States, we will be treated as second-class citizens. Later, we learned it didn't need to be this way. Being proud of your heritage, recognizing your roots, and embracing them can bring out the best in you, the authentic you. We have been building our home, our community for more than 15 years. We have enjoyed the journey and hope to inspire others to embark on their own. People often ask, how is all of this possible? But if you love what you do, you will never tire of it. Follow your dream. Never worry about the destination, but immerse yourself in the process. Indulge in your passion. To quote Steve Goodyear, we don't get harmony when everyone sings the same note. Building a community requires everyone to understand they are a vital part of it. It takes a team to fulfill a dream.
All right. Well, so Gary, let me ask you some. Is that made of Lego?
You want to
Like,
Oh my God, it is Lego. Oh, that is the coolest. I want one.
I'll try out.
I'm not fit to do it.
You guys are from Hong Kong, but it seems to me that you participate in a lot of other Asian cultures beyond just Hong Kong.
Yeah.
What drives you? What's your raison d'être? Why do you do this?
We enjoy it. Like for example, like the Japanese taiko, we start to watch the taiko 16 years ago since we start the Asia trend, and we used to be an audience, and also I'm a reporter and take pictures and videos for the taiko drummers. But now I'm one of the students.
Well, let me ask you, did you have to restrain yourself to not tell Chanarong like where to put the camera? Just so everyone knows, Gary's like always has a camera in front of his face. Did he bother you too much, Chanarong?
Not at all. I'm trying to make sure that I got good angles, whichever one.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised he wasn't setting his own key light, you know?
No, we was very impressed because the Dragon Ball always has to be early morning.
Right.
So I have to arrange him and say you got to be here before like 7 or like 8. And
I was a little bit late.
yeah, but
Well,
he did great and he
just so
impressed
you-
the whole team.
Just so you know, film productions happen early in the morning.
Mhm.
People be like, "Oh, you lived in LA, so much traffic." I'm like, the hour of the morning I was driving to set and the hour I was coming home, the traffic was gone. So getting there early for a thing like a sunrise shot. Now, Chanarong, you did it what we call in the industry a little bit of a cheat with your drone shot. Why don't you tell us about that?
So that day, it turns out that I have some issues with my drones. And so I told Charlie that I really need the shot, and I brought the drone. Everybody was expecting to have a very nice, footage. I even after the shot was done, I actually put the mic to synced up with the drone, but then we end up not using any of the sound because there were no image to support that. So
Uh,
the next day, I asked Charlie and Gary if is there going to be anyone at all. I just want somebody paddle, so I have to wake up early again to kind of made up for the day before, and
uh-huh.
yeah, I think around 7:30 or 8, and then I have to come quick and then record something.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
to made it up.
that's what you do in this industry. You do what you got to do.
Yeah.
How many days did you shoot? Did you just shoot the 2 days?
It was actually roughly around two. Oh, actually, it was two, and then one other day it was a recording, so it was 3 days.
Okay.
And then they actually, I feel like I'm pretty tired, but then I think we have to give props to the main subject because if you think about other activities, they nonstop. I don't know how they do it.
I'm right there with you, Chanarong, because I
Yeah.
remember when we were in pre-production and I was talking to Shally and she started, well, we have this. I'm like, okay, Shally, you need to send me your schedule, like, so I can see it, so I can let the filmmaker, when they get your dossier, know that they need to like get some Red Bull and hit the ground running.
Yeah. And it's not a one-time thing; it's weekly thing for Gary and Charlie to be out. Yeah, it's very impressive, and I think a lot of it had to do with how much they enjoy doing what they do. Yeah.
You're right. And Chen, remember the taiko drumming part? You did a great, like how many hours you spent there? You went to the dojo inside and then you set up
Yes.
everything. That was the most nervous part. You know why? When we do all the drumming, we have instructor actually in front of us to
Yes.
see us. Right? I was so nervous. I will say I will have nowhere close to their level. Like we are just really just first 2 years student. So I was so nervous, and I did tell you that don't show us like I'm so nervous because that is the way that the teaching, and we're very respectful. And as you all can tell, I love teamwork. I mean, I love teamwork. That's most of the things are teamwork, and also it's very difficult when you involve the whole team. So that's the joy about it. But I also tell people because it is hard to get what you would like to. So it
Yes.
requires more patience
Yes,
but
a
it's
lot.
so fulfilling. Yeah, it's very
Very
fulfilling.
true.
And just so everyone knows, in her spare time, Shally works for Mayor Demings. So, she's a real slacker, that Shally.
Yeah, we just organized the second annual Diwali at the Orange County
I
last
know, I
night with
missed it.
over 100 people joining us
Oh,
with a
great.
beautiful tribute for the new. As some people don't know what is Diwali, is the Indian New Year. It was very beautiful. But like what I said, if you if you love what you do, you just don't feel the time. And
Well, I think that really shows, in the film and just watching you and Gary live your lives on Facebook, that you really just enjoy and are passionate about your pursuits, that it's, some people, when they do stuff, it just seems gratuitous, and, they're just trying to look good. And, there's just a real authenticity that comes from both of you guys. So thank you for sharing your authenticity. These stories aren't always easy to tell. And no one knows that better than Chanarong.
I hope so. I hope so. I think there's also a lot of trust into this too.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I think everyone comes to the table with an open spirit. Otherwise, this whole migration film contest experiment would not work. If we had someone come and show up and be like, "I'm not," it's like, yeah, no, that's not the spirit that this is intended.
yeah,
And
yeah. And Laurie, which part you like the most? Tell me about it.
I like watching the films for the first time. That's, because I spent all this time talking to everyone and communicating and nuts and bolts. And then they're like my babies, it's like, I call them migration films. They're not your gration films, they're migration films.
Okay.
No, that I really, I have, they're very special to me. And I love seeing the fusion of the behind the camera, the people that, have not that in normally would never ever possibly meet, and yet they meet and they make this film and they are friends for life,
Mm.
and I think that is what really, keeps this going for me, you know. So thank you for asking, Shally. No one's ever asked me that. All for each other, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
It's like I was telling someone this weekend about the contest, and they were like, "Is there an age limit?" And I'm like, "Hell no," and she's like, "All right, so I pulled out one of my cards with the QR code. I'm like, "Wait till February and scan it." Alex, we need to get the code up soon. She's in there back there somewhere. Anyway, anything anyone else would like to add to it?
I
Shelley?
say, you go first.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I just want to say that I later before this, I didn't thought about doing any project because my head is very complicated, to have myself get ready for something. And with school and everything, and I feel like I'm glad I did this because besides the project, I think I'm glad that I get to connect with a lot of people. I mean, just the dragon boat itself does a lot of people, but then with this, and I think that it's really gonna, you know, help with future endeavors. I'm glad that I'm part of this. Thank
Well,
you.
it's beautifully shot. Some of the slow motion stuff, really talented. It's just it's on, I know you probably had a ton more footage, and what you chose, you know,
Yes,
I
yes,
here's the thing. I set out this task for everyone. And I said, "Oh, it's
yes,
easy. You can do it."
and that's the art of it. But then also, if I wish you could see the whole when the paddle is so intense. That was like 2-3 minutes long.
No one ever arm wrestle with either of these people. Okay? Holy schmoly. You
I know.
know, never.
And Chen, you didn't tell people that when you came to the lake for the shooting, and then right that night, the band members have a party, and you was
Yes.
invited to the party.
First day.
So many
How
friends.
can they trust me? How can they trust strangers?
I was
then-
waiting for some footage of that. That's the footage I was waiting to see because I knew there was a party. I was
Yeah,
like,
we had-
"There's the party footage."
Yeah, we had some whiskey and then we get in the pool afterwards.
Yes.
Okay, so we're missing all the good stuff. We're
I
gonna
know how to have fun too.
making of the
I know how
behind
to have
scenes.
fun.
Yeah, join us.
You're cracking me up, you guys. This is so fun.
It is
Well,
very
just
fun.
to remind everyone, if you want to see more of these films, Fusion Fest is coming up just a little over a month away. I can hardly believe it. November 26th and 27th.
I'm
And
excited.
next month, we'll be having another watch party just prior to Fusion Fest. I don't know what we're going to be watching or what we're going to be celebrating, but it's always interesting no matter what. So thank you guys for coming and your generosity of spirit and your talent. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
And Chanarong, I finally found your gift certificate. And I'm calling the awards company place to get your plaque made tomorrow. So
Sounds good. No rush.
okay.
No rush at all.
Y'all have a great night. Thank you
You as
so
well.
much
Good
for
night.
joining me.
Thank
Good
you.
night, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.